Welcome to DLabelectronics, everyone. In this video we're going to go back in time a little bit to a past project that I had. It was a 1 megahertz Crystal Calibrator board. This project is being brought back to life because of many requests that I've had for the circuit boards. Back in January of 2018 I developed these Crystal Calibrator boards for use with the realistic DX150 and 160 series shortwave receivers. They added a much needed feature: make those analog dials accurate, right? So I made a video showing the installation. I'll post that in the description of this video. I only made 12 of these modules. They didn't sell very well due to the cost factor. They were $50 a piece. Unfortunately, the required HC6U 1 megahertz crystals were hard to locate and very expensive. So the sale suffered and the project died. Well, recently I've been receiving quite a few emails requesting that 1 megahertz Crystal Calibrator board. So I thought, okay, let's bring the project back to life. So I did a redesign of the board, and I have my go-to company, PadToPad, manufacturing these boards. Over the years, I've used many different circuit board manufacturing companies, but the reason I'm really impressed with PadToPad is their online CAD program. Okay, so it's a very simple process. Number one, you assign the footprint. Okay, then you drop in components from their library, use their trace tool and connect to each of the pads, and then their software will actually check the project for errors. Then you push a button for the quantity and the timing you're looking for to receive your boards. You pay them, and then you receive these high quality circuit boards. All the PCBs that you see in my YouTube videos are made by PadToPad. Check them out. I'll be posting their website in the description in case you guys want to make your own custom circuit boards. So yes, I have the new boards on hand. It's a small quantity, prototype batch provided by P2P. To step up the game, I've decided to broaden their capabilities. Now the boards can be used on ham or shortwave receivers, solid state or tube type. DC voltage range is 9 to 20 volts DC, or from 6.3 volts AC. That's an option. Okay, so I've set up 3 receivers to demonstrate the capabilities of the new calibrator. So we have a DX150B made by Realistic, a Drake 2C receiver, and a National 173. I'll walk you through each receiver and show you the different configurations of the calibrator and how they work with that type of radio. Okay, we'll start with the DX150B. This one has a calibrator installed inside of the back panel with the power switch poking out of the back side. And this was the original installation of the calibrator. The module pulls its power from the voltage regulator transistor. So the hot is on the collector side and the negative goes to ground. This supplies 15 volts DC to the calibrator module. Let's see how it works. Alright, for this demonstration, let's say that you wanted to calibrate your main tuning dial on the Realistic 150B for 5 megahertz. So you'd set your main tuning dial at 5. Then we'll turn on the calibrator and adjust the band spread until you find the calibrator signal. And there it is. Okay? Now when you turn off the calibrator, there is WWV right on 5 megahertz. So now you know that your main tuning dial is calibrated. Alright, the next receiver that we're going to demonstrate the calibrator with is a Drake 2C ham band receiver. For this application, I'm powering our 1 megahertz calibrator with a 9-volt battery. Now you could tap into the internal 10-volt supply that's in this radio, but that would require a little bit of rewiring. So we're going to test 40 meter band right at 7 megahertz on the dial. Calibrator's on. You can see we're right on the money. If you needed to adjust your dial, you could to set calibration, but it's quite obvious the Drake's calibration is spot on. Now we'll move to the National 173. This is a tube type receiver, and it does not have a low level DC supply available. The lowest DC in this radio is approximately 300 volts, which would blow my module up. So in this case, I'm using my optional 6.3 volt AC powered calibrator. Let me take you around the back and show you that. Alright, here we are backside of the National 173. This is the universal 1 megahertz crystal calibrator. It's in an aluminum box. It has an octo plug that goes into the accessory socket on the back of the 173. This toggle switch turns it on and off. Also make a tube type version of this calibrator for the 173 and 183. Okay, let's plug this in and give her a test. So let's say you wanted to listen to the 40 meter ham band on your National 173 using the band spread dial. What National has you do is set the main tuning at that dot that says 40, and then hopefully from 7.0 to 7.3 it's fairly accurate, so you can listen to that portion of the band. With a calibrator, you can make absolutely sure that's accurate. So what you do is you set your band spread at 7, turn on the calibrator, adjust your main tuning. Do you see the calibrator? Turn it off. Do not touch the main tuning. Now the tuning on the band spread is calibrated.
Okay, well, good deal. Let me get your first name and a QTH, and we're going to get you logged in on our net logger page here.
And that's all there is to it. Okay, let's review the configurations of the 1 megahertz calibrator. This is the one that was installed in the Realistic DX160. PC mount switch also mounts the calibrator to the inside of the radio. It was hardwired to the power, however you could use a 9-volt battery. You can also mount your switch remotely using a pigtail. These white leads you see go to the internal terminals of the radio. This calibrator is mounted in an aluminum box. It's actually the same board, so there is your on-off switch. But this one has the octo connector on the back to plug into your tube radio. It can be powered on either 9 to 20 volts DC or 6 volt AC. Would you like to add a calibrator to your vintage ham or shortwave receiver? The D-Lab module is up to the task, and as you can see, it's about as universal as it gets. You can put this in any solid state or tube type receiver. As you can see, the mounting and power has many options. If you're unsure of interfacing it into your radio, email me. I'll do my best to meet the requirement. If this project is successful this time, I'll be ordering a larger quantity of these boards, and I have a new design underway. Yes, another niche D-Lab offering, but it's up to you if it continues.